Hello and welcome to Granada Reports.
Hello, thanks for joining us. Coming up on the programme this evening.
As human remains are found at different locations in Salford, 2 men appear in court on suspicion of murder. We'll be live with the latest.
He was just 13 months old. An inquest hears how baby Leland died at the hands of a woman who said she wanted to adopt him.
Yeah, I just felt like it was, I think it's important that we support each other, we help each other, and I think what these guys are doing is incredible, so it's great to be here.
A meeting of fundraising legends. Our cameras are there as Kevin Sinfield meets the three dads walking.
It's hats off to the Hatters, a street party to remember as Stockport celebrates promotion. That's coming up with David in sport.
'Cause it's a bittersweet symphony that's live.
Possibly the coolest man in music, Richard Ashcroft talks about touring and returning to his hometown of Wigan this summer.
And 3 years ago, we had over 200 hours of sunshine in April. This year, we're barely scraping 100. I don't need to tell you how dull it's been, but hopefully it's going to start brightening up.
So please do stay with us. But first tonight, 2 men have appeared in court charged with murder after a human torso was found in Woodland in Salford.
A passerby found the remains of a man wrapped in plastic earlier this month. At the weekend, police revealed that more body parts have been found.
Well, those 2 men appeared before Tameside Magistrates Court earlier, and our reporter Emma Sweeney is there now. Emma, what can you tell us?
Well, the 2 suspects, Michal Polchowski and 42-year-old Marcin Majakewicz, both appeared wearing grey tracksuits here this afternoon through the help of Polish interpreters. The men spoke only to confirm their names and their dates of birth. Now, the court heard how the men from Worsley Road in Eccles are accused of murdering an unknown person between the 25th of March and the 2nd of April. Now, formal identification is yet to take place, which is why the deceased was referred to as an unknown person here today. But police do believe that they know the identity of the victim in this case, and we're told that the victim's family is being supported. Now, it was at the start of this month, on the 4th of April, that an investigation was first launched, and that was following the discovery of a human torso in wetlands in Salford. And since then, police have been trying to work out the identity of the victim, and they've been trying to work out exactly what has happened. And we've been told that in the last few days they have made a number of developments in this case. Over the weekend, we're told that more remains were found at 2 different locations, and this morning yet another discovery was made, this time at an alleyway close to Worsley Road in Eccles. Now, they say that they're yet to test the discoveries that were made over the weekend, but they say they're quite confident that they belong to the same victim in this case. Now, the suspects in this case have been remanded in custody. They will appear before Manchester Crown Court tomorrow.
Emma in Ashton-under-Lyne, thank you.
Well, next tonight, the heartbreak of the mother who had to give up her baby for adoption only for her little boy to be murdered by the woman who wanted to adopt him. Today, she told an inquest he was handed over to a monster.
13-month-old Leland James Corkill died 3 years ago. Laura Castle from Barrow is serving a life sentence for killing him.
The inquest heard from Leland James's birth mother. She said Castle should rot in hell. It also heard how social workers initially had no concerns about Castle's suitability as a parent.
Our reporter Kate Walby was at the hearing for us.
Well, the coroner, Dr. Nicholas Shaw, told us that this inquest will focus on the circumstances that led up to this little boy's tragic death, and will give clarity to his birth mother as to how this loss took place. In a written statement, Laura Corkill said her son Leland James was taken into care at 2 days old by social services with Cumbria County Council, and that she desperately wanted to keep him. She said she had ended a violent relationship and had made positive changes to her life in order to do so. She said he had been ripped from her loving arms and placed into the home of a monster. Laura Castle from Barrow had wanted to adopt the 1-year-old, but she was jailed for 18 years in May 2022 for killing him. On the first day of this inquest, We heard written evidence from some of the social workers involved in the adoption process, as well as a foster carer who had looked after Leland James before he was handed over to Laura Castle. None of them had any concerns about the suitability of Castle. His foster carer thought it was a perfect match. It wasn't until the 4th of November 2020, nearly 3 months after he was placed with Castle, that she told one of the social workers that she was struggling to bond with him and she didn't think she loved him. 8 weeks later, he died. We also heard that key information about Castle's drinking, her mental health and her debt problems were not shared between agencies, including her GP. The head of social services for the newly formed Cumberland Council told the court this afternoon that there was now a more rigorous approach to the adoption process and there was better communication between all partners involved. The inquest here in Carlisle continues tomorrow.
Kate will be reporting there. In other news today, a man from Bolton's admitted to stabbing his ex-partner to death in Salford last November. Obert Moyo, who's 46, has been due to go on trial over the murder of 35-year-old Perseverance Nkube, who was killed in front of her children. He changed his plea to guilty today and will be sentenced tomorrow.
A man's been charged over a tragedy chanting incident at the Manchester United-Burnley match at Old Trafford at the weekend. Burnley said travelling fans had informed them about offensive footage on social media. 44-year-old Nathan Rawlinson from Bacup in Lancashire has been charged with causing harassment, alarm or distress. A court date hasn't been set yet.
Well, next tonight, the latest from those three dads walking, and they're meeting today with possibly the only fundraiser in the land who's as famous as they are.
Yeah, as we've been reporting, the three dads have embarked now on their third epic walk. This time it's down the eastern side of the UK. It's to raise money and awareness for the suicide prevention charity Papyrus. All three of their daughters took their own lives.
Well, in the last hour or so, they've been joined by rugby league legend Kevin Sinfield, who played for Leeds, but is Oldham born and bred.
Our correspondent Mel Barham reports.
Well, it is day 13 of this epic challenge by Andy, Mike and Tim, better known as Three Dads Walking. Three dads who lost their daughters to suicide, and I've been walking to try and raise awareness of suicide prevention and raise money for the prevention charity Papyrus. This 500-mile trek started in Scotland. You're on your way to Norwich, aren't you? You're walking down the eastern spine of the country and you're walking into Leeds today. How's it gone so far?
It's gone absolutely brilliantly. The support we've had has been off the scale, to be quite honest. You know, we've been joined every day by, sadly, other bereaved parents and people affected by suicide. But, you know, it's the club no one wants to join. But we all want to make a difference, and we want to stop other families going through this, this terrible grief that losing someone to suicide, and especially losing a child to suicide, brings.
It is a very special day for you guys, because not only is it halfway, but you've also been joined by someone who knows a thing or two about charity challenges, and that is Kevin Sinfield. Kevin, can we just bring you in briefly? Just tell us why you've decided to come and support the guys today.
I think it's incredible what they're doing. For those who've got kids, know how important this is. So to be here today and support when I knew they were coming into Leeds, just felt needed to be here. And they've promised they're going to come and run with us in December.
No, we haven't.
So
you've heard that here first.
So yeah, I just felt like it was. I think it's important that we support each other and we help each other. And I think what these guys are doing is incredible. So it's great to be here.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Kevin.
Tim, just remind us why you're doing this.
Well, it's only after we lost our daughters, Emily, Beth and Sophie, that we found out that suicide was the biggest killer of under 35s in the UK, and around 200 teenagers every year die by suicide. And we, as kind of bereaved parents, we thought we needed to fight back about that. And we went kind of over £800,000 on the first walk. We've raised over kind of £1 million now on the three walks. But the key thing that we've been doing as well is engaging with government. If suicide's the biggest killer of our young people, why don't we do something about it? We have seen suicide prevention delivered in schools to 11, 12-year-olds, really safe, really age-appropriate. And these young kids now have a chance that if they have that suicidal thought, like 1 in 5 of us will have, that they've got the possibility of navigating that and keeping themselves alive.
Well, you'll be at it again, Andy, won't you? Tomorrow and for the next 2 weeks.
Well, we've got another 12 days left, but this was the last day of hills today. So we're kind of getting out into the flatlands next. So I've got to say, if anybody wants to come out and join us, take a look at our tracker on the website, 3dadswalking.uk, and come and join in like these people.
Brilliant. Well, good luck with your walk today and for the rest of the walk. And they're calling this the Walk of Hope, and that is certainly the message that they are spreading far and wide.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, Mel. They'll be pleased to get onto the flat there. And there is more about the Three Dads Walk of Hope. If you want to go along and join them, you'll find that on our website. Well, it's time for sport now here, and Manchester City remain in the driving seat for their 4th Premier League title in a row, David.
Yeah, their destiny remains in their own hands as Pep Guardiola celebrated his 300th Premier League game with a win.
We spoke about that in the dressing room, and with that it's done for me. That's all, and that's it. 84 possible, and I think it's a good target.
Now, if you were in Stockport this weekend, you'd have seen a sea of blue and white as more than 10,000 supporters turned out for a promotion party. While the county fans celebrated with the players as their open-top bus made its way through the town before arriving at Edgeley Park. The club will play in League One next season after being crowned League Two champions.
I was alive when last time we got promoted as champions from Division 4, and I don't remember it though. I was only 5. Winning the title is absolutely immense.
Yeah, this is amazing. Like, everyone's smiling in Stockport. It's not always happened, you know.
Going into League One, so with a bit of luck.
Premiership.
And then the Championship, maybe. Yeah, go on, lads, we can do it.
We can do it.
Well, talking of the Championship, Preston North End are at home to Leicester City tonight, while Blackburn's relegation battle will go to the final day of the season after a goalless draw with Coventry leaves them 3 points above the drop zone. There was plenty of drama on the final days in Leagues 1 and 2. Well, let's focus on the playoffs, where Bolton will now face Barnsley in their League 1 semi-final. They finished 3rd after a 3-3 draw with Peterborough. Sadly, defeat for Blackpool means their season is over in League 2. Crewe's hopes of going up remain, though. A 1-1 draw with Colchester sealed their place in the playoffs, where they'll play Doncaster. Heartbreak for Barrow, though, who just missed out. Now, with the Women's Super League, Manchester City have moved 6 points clear at the top. They beat Bristol City 4-0 to extend their lead on rivals Chelsea, who have 2 games in hand on them. Elsewhere, how about this from Ella Toone? Her stunning winner saw Manchester United beat Leicester City 1-0. And Everton's Izzy Hobson made history by becoming the WSL's youngest ever scorer. The 16-year-old fired in their 95th minute equaliser as they drew 1-1 with Arsenal.
Getting that winning feeling. FOW, sponsors of the Granada Sport Report.
Rugby Union and Sale Sharks have boosted their chances of making it into the Premiership playoffs. Their bonus win at Newcastle means they're now just 2 points outside the top 4 with 2 games to go. Meanwhile, it's congratulations to Southport's Holly Aitchison, who's scored 6 conversions as England's women beat France to seal a 3rd Six Nations Grand Slam in a row. And finally from me to a bit of cricketing history. On Friday we told you how Ramsbottom would become the first all-female side to play in the Men's Lancashire League. Well, what a debut they had as they won against Accrington. Great start.
Yay, that's what we wanted to do. David, thank you. Now this is going to be music to the ears of Wigan and many other places across the northwest. Let's get in the mood with one of the best known hits of the late 90s. It's from a singer who was unforgettably cool with an attitude to match.
Symphony that's live, trying to make ends meet. You're a slave to money, then you die.
Yeah, Unforgettably cool indeed. That is Richard Ashcroft, the former lead singer of The Verve, who is on tour. The great news is he's heading for a double date in Wigan in July.
Yeah, it'll bring back memories of one of their best ever gigs 26 years ago. He's been telling our entertainment correspondent Caroline Whitmore all about it.
Richard Ashcroft, welcome to Studio 2.
It's a pleasure, great to be here, thank you.
There's a lot of excited people in our office.
I know, I've met some people from my old college, and when your songs or your music have had an effect on people, it's just, it's one of the best parts of it.
Because we're not in your hometown of Wigan, do you feel like you're at home when you come back to the Northwest?
Absolutely, yeah. Because I think where I was brought up, sort of equidistant to the whole of the Northwest. Stuff I was listening to was being made by people who lived just down the road. To see the Stone Roses for the first time, first getting into the Smiths, Morrissey, these people seemed larger than life to us. First time I saw the Stone Roses in Warrington, it was in about 88, 89. I had a record deal with The Verve only like 3 years after that. And I think that was the luckiest thing, is that I was amongst an area that was inspiring, and the people in the music were inspiring and exciting and different.
You have got a huge homecoming gig in July, the 20th and the 21st of July. I've remembered it.
Well
in Wigan, Robin Park.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's been over 25 years since you performed there. And that was iconic back in 98, wasn't it?
Incredible, yeah, that was Hay Hall with The Verve. I mean, it's taken that long because various reasons. I've been trying to get a gig back in Wigan for a long time.
What do you think is the one song that when you play in July, everyone can't wait for you to sing?
There's a few sort of up there together. There's like, people really love Lucky Man.
But I'm a lucky man.
Bittersweet's always a huge anthem.
'Cause it's a bittersweet symphony.
A song like Drugs Don't Work, I think, as great as it is, songs like that you kind of go, well, I can't end on that.
No.
Like, what do you know what I mean? As lovely as it is.
Now the drugs don't work.
It's for everyone else other than you. Do you know what I mean? It's not like high-fiving everyone down the high street and throwing pies and, you know, I'm the Milky Bar kid type vibe.
And you probably hate this question, but I guess you all met at school in Wigan, and obviously the band, The Verve, you've been together, you've been split, you know, you're now doing stuff on your own. Is there ever the opportunity? I remember asking Noel Gallagher this, and I could see him rolling his eyes at me. You know, the whole, will Oasis ever get together? It's that.
Well, the thing is about that, being asked that, is it's a compliment because we did something great. At the moment, I can't see anything happening like that. So it doesn't matter that this dude here wrote, you know, all the biggest hits of The Verve. Noel can't understand why Definitely Maybe hasn't sold as many as Morning Glory. Why wouldn't you, if you loved Morning Glory, go and buy Definitely Maybe? Why is there such a X amount of million disparity between the two? The songs that people came to see and enjoy and sing back are going to be the ones that I'm doing in Wigan, you know what I mean? JT?
Massive homecoming for you.
Yeah.
Best of luck with it.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for chatting to us, honestly,
No, it's been a great pleasure.
It's so rare to chat to you, so lovely.
Nice one, thank you.
Can't see anyone roll their eyes when they've got their glasses on, can you? So cool.
So cool, effortlessly cool. And what was really nice as well, that everybody that saw him in the newsroom said, what a lovely guy he was.
Yeah. Because when I wear sunglasses, I don't look cool. Why is that?
I don't know, Lucy. Why is that? Here's Tori.
Mum, wet wipes, toilet or bin?
Bin. Why?
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
So, yes, it's getting warmer and hopefully we are, I know, going to see some rain, but we'll start to see a bit of sunshine as well. The jet stream has been on the move, and so through the course of this week, as it undercuts all this warm air across Central Europe, that all starts to flow our way, and hence it's going to feel a good deal more comfortable and not before time. Now, this was today's weather. Quite a lot of rain coming up through the Irish Sea around the coast with a strong gusty wind in there as well. But for many of us, it's not actually been too wet. wet because that system is all fragmented and broken up as we've gone through the day. So there's still a lot of cloud, a little bit of rain out there to come through this evening, but that combined with a southerly wind means that it's not going to get too chilly tonight, and temperatures in fact could hold at around double figures in the early hours of the morning. Heading into tomorrow, sun up is at 5:36 and sunset is at 8:41 p.m. So we start the day on quite a cloudy note, a bit of rain out there, so perhaps not a brilliant early morning commute if you're out on the roads, but sunshine should start to break through. We're fighting between the sunshine to the east and another system coming in from the west. Across the Isle of Man, I think gusty and wet once again, but we'll probably escape the worst of it. And the further east you are, the more chance you've got of seeing the sunshine, and the temperatures creeping up to 17 or 18 Celsius. Now, as we head through into Wednesday, so this system also starts to fizzle out a little bit. There's a showery band of activity to the east, but that won't affect us. In fact, for us, I'd say west is best for the sunshine, so we could hold on to a bright day with some sunny spells and temperatures getting up to 19 degrees.
Cleaned up well.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Thanks, Tori, and that's it.
Bye-bye.